What's up guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for the support from the last video. If you haven't seen it yet, make sure to check it out. Last time I was talking about some sort of rules. Rules and techniques, when you apply them, you will create a certain visual effect. And this is something this series is gonna be about. I want to introduce you to specific rules and techniques that can be used while doing photography. And it's up to you to decide whenever it's right or wrong for your composition. Today we are talking about rhythm, and it's important to point out that any composition, just like any song, has some kind of rhythm. Some people say when picking out the keepers from their collection, it's usually based on the amount, or rather luck, whenever the composition is pleasing or not. So let's get more lucky by learning what to do and what to not do in order to improve your composition feel. Rhythm can be created with shapes. This is typical in the black and white photography, or with colors, even though the rhythm is usually more powerful in the black and white photos, which in my opinion is one of the reasons the black and white seems more artistic. This is because many of those techniques have much bigger impact when you are not distracted by colors. Rhythm is a repetition in an image, just like a beat in a song. It is the geometric perception of the repetition. Just like in painting, you can find it or create it in photography. When thinking about the most famous painting with the rhythm, what do you think that painting would be? Maybe you don't even realize the rhythm in the pictures. Maybe you just feel the composition is good for some reason. The more you actually learn about those rules and techniques, the more you will be actually able to enjoy the composition. When you know what the intention was behind the artist's mind. When you actually search for famous painting with a rhythm, the famous painting Starry Night by Vincent van Gogh, who painted this, had been in the mental hospital just 2 years before he died, will come up. Now, as you can see, the rhythm was probably more expressed by colors, even though it was created by shapes. And this is of course much easier to do in painting, although it is not impossible to do in photography, even when it is not staged. Usually people say the number in the rhythm has to be odd, since there are so many rules like rule of odds, rule of thirds, and so on. I don't want to say the rules are bad or anything, but they only represent shortcuts. The rule of odds works in some cases it can create rhythm, and so on and so on. And then if you look at it in the opposite way, the rhythm can work even though it doesn't have an odd number. According to definition, rhythm is the repetition or alternation of elements, often with defined intervals between them. The rhythm itself dictates how your eyes move around the picture. So when we are out shooting, when we are looking for rhythm is pattern of repetitive elements. Great way to use rhythm in street photography is to find a rhythm and then disturb it with a person. We have more types of rhythm. The painting previously shown is a great example of random rhythm, even though it was painted with a purpose. Let's talk about the random one. It is the same type of rhythm as you saw in the Starry Night. The point here is group similar motifs, elements or subjects in random order that repeat randomly and create random rhythm. Just like in this shot from the field where the random rhythm is created by the haystacks. It's what we call a standard rhythm. The elements are often identical or similar, and it can also be seen as a pattern. If it is overused, it can be pretty boring. This is typically seen when shooting architecture, like you can see in this shot of balconies. You can see the distance among them is quite similar, and this shot looks great. Alternative rhythm is with not one, but you guessed it, 2 or more rhythms, 2 or more elements or motifs or subjects. Anyways, the rhythms you see here are represented by girls and the balls. This is an awesome picture by Cartier-bresson. Now another example. This is a drone shot, and in this shot you can see a rhythm created by lines and another rhythm, this time a random one, created by haystacks. And again, this is better using black and white. The last one I would like to talk about is the progressive rhythm. And this is something that can be used perfectly in photography, especially in the street photography. By moving and tilting your camera, you can actually turn a simple rhythm into a more progressive one. By making some points of the rhythm to appear closer, you can actually reach some kind of leading rhythm that points towards your subject. This one is from one of my most favorite photographer, Eric Kim. And you can see the rhythm there represented by the pylons or small walls. And the main subject is the lady with an umbrella. And she also is the subject with the highest contrast. Therefore, she's the first subject that will come to your attention, and then the rhythm will lead your eyes around the picture. The middle part of the pylons has also great contrast, so if you happen to see that part of the picture first, it will lead you to the main subject and then back around the picture. The next shot is shot by Elliot Erwitt, and he uses the mirrors to create rhythm. From a composition point, the highest contrast has either the face or the camera. After you see one of those, then you bounce to the second subject. The repetition here connects both parts of the photograph. That's why I like this one a lot. This brings me to the final point of this video, and it is disrupt the rhythm. This works perfectly in the street photography, since the rhythm in the background, for example, can lead the eyes of the viewer towards your subject, or connect your subjects all together. Thank you everyone for watching. Feel free to post your Instagram accounts to the comments below. If you happen not to have an Instagram, feel free to post your favorite ice cream or whatever question you might have. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time.